Yeah, I've got to agree. Xexy definitely going to have the advantage. But you never quite know how things are going to pair out here for drops. Those opening drops, maybe to steal a phrase from the Harry Potter books, but I open at the close. Those open drops and those closing drops mean so much when you're racing this game. We're underway here. Game number one, Xexy and Drumboardist both getting that Razor Shield set up, and they are both going to the right door.
Yeah, similar strategies here. Xexzy gonna take care of a majority of the swarmers to the left and is nearing the end of the room. Might go for the nuke. Doesn't need it.
And couldn't reach it anyway.
Because of of course, because of the Razor Shield.
Do you know how long it took me to program that in my brain? It took forever to realize I couldn't grab stuff like that.
That's why you're the world record holder of this game, and I am nowhere close.
And I just want to say thank you very much to Killer App 23 for that raid as we were switching over to this matchup. And we have a prediction going on here with channel points. You should jump in and join that. Either getting some great drops here. Drumboard is taking a little Nancy Kerrigan action, getting clubbed in the knee.
Oh, this is an interesting prediction. Will Drumboardist PB during this match?
Love it. Great prediction. Get your channel points in now, guys. I personally, when I have a moment here, I'm going to do this right now. Neither one's getting good drops, but Xexzy playing it better with a 131 and will lead, shockingly enough. Because, man, those drops were the hot garbage.
Yep, this is definitely the trash heaps having spoken from the Gorg's Garden, to say the least. No Fraggle Rock fans.
I was gonna say that's a Fraggle Rock reference, wasn't it?
Nice. That absolutely was. The trash heap has spoken. Yeah.
Hey, Razor Shields for both. At least that's something they could use for Rod. Rockets now for Drummy. This will help get the shrapnels under control.
And Xexzy's going to be out of the room first at about a 217. Drummy still working on the last of the swarmers, trying to hang on to that clip, and it's about a 222 out, so about a 5-second difference.
Razor Shield on the feet for Drumboardist. Might have saved his life, too, because the swarmer was plowing forward at him. Loses most of it to that shrapnel, though.
Oh, but gets clubbed down trying to avoid the shrapnel. There's another Razor Shield, though.
It's a nice thing to have if you can keep it away from those shrapnels, and no one's getting much of anything here. Razor Shields, a couple spreaders. I don't know. We've seen one rocket, I think. No orbs. This is wild.
This has been wild. And there's an orb finally for Drumboardist.
Now a Razor Shield for Xexzy, able to keep it going, and an orb for Drumboardist should help if he can stay alive here. He has been working on holding the middle a little better. A third Razor Shield. And
whoa! How did he not? Oh my gosh!
And now rockets.
How did he keep the orb? I have no earthly idea. A little wild on the shots. It's going to be a 327 to about a 328. So it's maybe a second and a half.
Man, that's a lot of time to go to your local Taco Bell where you can get some Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell. Let's see the lead here. It's
here to Korea. Is that better than the previous one?
Sure. So with that done, Xexzy with no orb in the lead gets a rockets, and then a Razor Shield for Drumboardist if he can get to it. Gets to it. He's just got to stay away from the shrapnels. This is a fantastic opener here. Oh, Xexzy gets an orb and dies.
Gets the rockets, though.
And then Razor Shield. I don't think we've seen this many Razor Shields in a single race ever. This is crazy. Another orb. Drumboard is holding it down here. So despite that death... Oh, Drummy drops the orb. Needs to see some weaponry now to help him get through this. The longer you're in here without weapons, this room can drag on.
This room turns into room turns into a nightmare rather quickly here. Great movement from Drumboardist. Cheating death on a number of occasions here.
Not even getting invulnerabilities to help, but It's a 446, but Drummy's going to be in this. Just has to kill the shrapnel here. It's going to be a 452, a 6-second lead for Xexzy, who could do a ball buster. And Xexzy is the originator of the setup for the ball buster that a lot of people use, coming in from the top left and swinging it down into Mutoid's head. Right now he's too high up though. Here's a spreader chance for Drummy, and he's going to manual it. I'm surprised at the choice. I thought he'd take that. Here's a death though he can take. And that's a missed ball buster.
Not get the ball buster, but Drummy does get the shrapnel.
He's a little low on the body. Some of these shots are missing, but he lands some. Here's another one for Xexzy. Can Drummy get to those grenades? No. And invulnerability refill.
Oh,
Xexzy
wow.
able to pound away with impunity. Probably going to see a glitch toy on the tail end of this. Oh, for sure. That's a glitch toy if ever I saw it.
Absolutely.
So the lead is sizable at the moment here for Xexzy, probably halfway through this form. This lobber should be able to pop the head as the chest comes open now.
And it does. So about a form lead here for Xexzy.
Drumboardist running tight around the mine, really trying to minimize this area. Xexzy trying to decide final form and couldn't decide whether to grab the spreader. Not able to use it for extra damage now, but it is a weapon. It does deal damage. But takes a death. Won't get to that lobber. Can Drumboardist get a late spreader or maybe steal one here? Oh, Mutoid sitting on the rockets. Can Xexzy get to it? Yes.
That fast movement from the final form of Mutoid, and Drummy gets zapped, and Xexzy gets the victory.
Not a great race from either, mostly due to the game giving them horrendous luck on weapons and orbs for the vast majority of the regular arena. Xexzy will take the opening salvo here in about a 646. Drummy, meanwhile, trying to set up and get one more weapon to finish this off. Oh, good movement there. He saved his own life by backing up and gets it done.
And if a referee were officiating this, they would say personal foul, Mutoid man giving him the business.
I mean, that is an important call to make. When you don't know what to call it, yeah, just give them the business.
Just give them the business, yeah. It's I prefer the second one, although I understand the original one with the downward fist motion that apparently is not an official referee call. That certainly had its place back in the 80s.
I suppose we'll have to go with that. Sure. So they're ready.
Did I lose you on that one? Doggone it.
I'm going to get them underway. An exclamation mark, Mike, just before I go do that.
Like to apologize for that. I didn't know my microphone was on.
So they are underway here, countdown-wise. We'll just wait and see as it catches up. And it'll be 1-0 for Xexzy here in this best of 5. You've got to think we're going to see an orb earlier than we did the last time. And, man, when Drumboardist dropped that orb in tank trouble, those lack of drops were just heinous. I can't imagine the game will be that mean this time for on. Underway here, game number 2 of this best of 5. Drumboardist and Xexzy both getting their opening raise to shield, both going to the right door. Let's see how they play it now.
You would think that the game wouldn't be that heinous, but this game, well, you've played more of it than anyone. You certainly know. You can hope, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be accurate.
So here's something interesting. Drumboardist and Xexzy both finishing at about the same time, but Drumboardist broke his shield, so will have a slight lead by like maybe a 1/5 of a second.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Every little bit helps.
Opening drops coming up here always means a lot. Rockets versus a foot, that's to Xexzy's advantage. Almost gets clubbed though, avoids it. More rockets now, and Xexzy can ride these to possibly a sub 80 with some accurate fire. Not able to get the refill though. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake. But it doesn't matter. The game's just going to keep throwing great stuff at Xexzy. An orb drop And an orb drop now for Drum. Wow. Drum going to use the nuke. I like that move. And look at that. It's basically a dead heat here to eat my shrapnel.
So the lead changed maybe 3/4 of a second also.
Oh, that could be a problem.
Oh, no.
Drum unable to get rid of the Swarmer and the Swirl. Couldn't decide which one had to go. And they both teamed up to get rid of him. Drum's going to start using that shield here to take out some of these shrapnels. Oh, these keys are just destroying Drummy's chances right now. He needs something good on this drop. That's at least usable on the shrapnels, but needs something better. Oh, getting caught down
again.
This Eat My Shrapnel has been a mild disaster, and you see, he kept the shrapnels under control, but now has a bunch of swarmers. You can see that time bleed, and it's just going to get worse from here if the game doesn't help Drumboardist out. Yes, an extra life is what he needed. Thank you, Gabe. Perfect.
Because the game knows.
Rockets in the middle. That'll at least help Drumboardist for a little bit. But really wants to see, well, that's another solid drop. Will help keep him alive and keep his kill rate up, but needs to
see that orb sooner rather than later.
Xexzy, meanwhile, just doing a workman-like hold the middle here, just avoiding shrapnel pieces, dancing around the swarmers,
doing what needs to be done, as Drummy now gets a spreader and is going to utilize that on the room. Meanwhile, about a 304 into the bonus prizes room. Drummy finally getting an orb.
But this time bleed's going to be real. See if Drummy can get to that nuke. Is the other room? Does he recognize it? He does. But it's going to be an 18-second lead, 19-second lead.
18 to 19-second lead, yeah.
Yeesh.
Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell.
Fit it in. Very nice. Let's see what Xexzy's going to get here. Both gunners move, so they're going to fire quick. But they didn't shoot across the middle. That was a bit of fortune. That was some misfortune, though. And then gets killed. Oh, disastrous start here. But an orb replacement. Now, can Xexzy get to safety? Hard to establish in this room sometimes, but looks to be getting it done.
Safety in this room? What the heck is that?
Wow, there's not ever much safety here. Drummy playing loose with the orb, but keeping it alive there. Having trouble getting back to the middle, and now drops the orb. Vulnerability without an orb is a good drop in this room. You can definitely kill some stuff off using it as a offensive weapon at a door. Not doing too much thus far, though. Just trying to hold the middle and gets taken out by a tank.
The tank being troublesome. 427 into Mutoid Man for Xexzy.
I'd buy that for $1.
Replacement orb gotten and lost. I know those feels on Drummy's side.
Drummy having a rough tank trouble here, which is not outside the realm of possibility. Empty drop for Xexzy here in Mutoid Man's room. Gets both gunners at the same time. That was a pretty neat visual. Now maybe trying to set up a ball buster, but gotta be careful. You know, those arms do swing. And really inaccurate with the fire. And gets a key, so this ball buster means everything. Can he get it? Yes, gets the forward with the ball buster. Good recognition by Drumboardist there. Went and took out the gunners with the rockets, then grabbed the lobber to start working on Mutoid Man, which starts in a bit of a deficit here. He's going to have to get those grenades as a refill. Does he see it? No, he waits too long. He's going for accuracy. Does pop the arm, though.
So they are on the same form, although I'd imagine the second arm, is about to pop here for Xexzy.
These rockets, not a great drop for Drumboardist. You prefer lobbers or spreaders.
Whoa!
Laser dancing as the invulnerability runs out, but gets that refill. Second arm pop for Drumboardist. Chest pop for Xexzy. And Drum gets sniped going for the lobber refill. No spreaders yet.
That was a spreader.
And now with a vulnerability, not great for either. The drop still favoring Xexzy. Pops the head. Now there's going to be a manual attempt for Drummy. Gets taken out. And these lobbers are really helping Xexzy just pound home that consistent damage. Chest pop for Drumboardist.
Old school strats.
Those old school strats, you offer me those for tournament matches, I would take them most of the time. Consistent damage, if you can land them, really does pay off because you're always dealing damage. Head popped here, final form for Xexzy. No weapon at the moment. A key for Drumboardist. Grenades now for Xexzy. And a refill, and there it is.
There it is.
Xexzy is up to 2-0, and another empty drop for Drumboardist. Drumboardist is just not getting much help there early in that fight.
You could have stopped there with Drumboardist not getting much help there, and that pretty much is the tale of both of these first two matches.
He was in the first match, the first game, but that one there, tank trouble just put him so far back. And even with Xexzy having a bit of difficulty with the Mutoid Man fight, still making those lobbers count when they showed up. So 2-0 here. Drumboardist up against the wall, possibly his last game of the tournament. We want to see that PB, Drumboardist. Come on now.
The streak is on the line. The most intriguing streak since The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Okay, maybe not.
Good luck.
I mean, you probably won't take 3 F5s to browser refresh Drumboardist out of here, but you never know. F5, is that his move? I don't know. I'm not really browser.
Yeah, no, you got it right. Although here you're more likely to see an Alt F4 than an F5, but that's a whole nother story.
Computer shortcut jokes. All right.
Ha!
Once they're ready up, we'll get them underway here. Game number 3 upcoming. 2-0 Xexzy. Drumboardist needs to dig deep to force that game 4.
We saw it in the first race. I'd like to think that we're going to see it here. Hopefully with that PB to kind of take out 2 proverbial birds with 1 stone.
As Ricky would say, getting 2 birds stoned at the same time. I'm absolutely on board with that. Trailer Park Boys? No? Anyone? All right, then.
Was it a fairly new series?
Oh, goodness, no. Trailer Park Boys started back in, 99, technically. They still making stuff on Netflix, but yeah. Either way, we're underway. We're not here to talk about mockumentary crash TV that's just gloriously Canadian. We are here to watch Xexzy versus Drumboardist. Well, let's see it go. Let me get some of that driveway. Thank you, 40. I'm glad you got the reference. All right. Both making use of the Razor Shield. Both trying to avoid the bad stuff in here. And look at this for Xexzy. Very solid opener. Should be around a 39. And it's going to be, for Drumboardist, like a 42. So it's a solid lead here for Xexzy. Let's see that opening drop. Last time Xexzy got rockets, it was very good to him. Drumboardist made do with a little bit of stuff and then got some good drops late time. And
oh, wow.
Or Drumboardist gets a nuke not near as good. Will he use it here is the question. Looks to be ignoring it and is getting a little crowded here. You got to be careful with that as well. If orb drops on your feet, you can lose it without even knowing. Rockets for Drumboardist. Those will help, but really wants to see that orb. Nothing doing yet. And look at this opener from Xexzy. A 120 into Eat My Shrapnel, but Drum riding those rockets did a great job. Well done.
So about a 5-second difference here, but this is where the orb comes into play. And Drummy doing a good job of avoiding the swirls and the swarmers. Picks up the Razor Shield in the middle, but again, needs that orb.
Something to help get these shrapnels under control. That spreader, not ideal for controlling those shrapnel. He is trying, but he's ignoring the swarmers too much again. He had this problem last time, and he needs to be collecting every drop right now to increase the chances of an orb. It's a little counterintuitive sometimes when you have set up like this, but you have to go after it. Xexzy lost a little bit of time in that room there, but look at this Drum doing a great job here, but no orb. Now needs to see something good come down the pipe on this drop. It is going to be a dude that is atrociously awful as Xexzy dodges shrapnel and then gets a Razor Shield on the feet.
Oh, man. And Drumboardist, meanwhile, gets clubbed down, gets a foot, so the drops are continuing to be empty.
I can't say the full quote, but it's really raining on Joe Cooper here, that's for sure. Razor shield for Drumboardist. Xexzy using a razor shield and that orb and a spreader, and is probably looking at a sub 3 into the bonus room if the accurate fire continues. And very high 257 it appears. Drumboardist with vulnerability on the feet, keep him safe for now, but really needs to see an orb game. Well, if you like that basketball reference, Burgundy, the game's really giving him the Steve Perry. Steve Perry, how about that?
I tried to mute most of my laughter. Meanwhile, 324 into tank trouble and pretty much leaving the bonus room as Drumboardist is entering.
It's about a 27-second lead by my count. Let's see, can Xexzy get rid of gunners? Gets rid of one, gets a spreader refill, avoids the tank. Should be able to get that second gunner if he fires upwards here. But he is struggling a little bit. Gets it done finally and doesn't drop the orb. Good job. Let's see what Drummy gets for a first drop. Really needs rockets here.
Nice dancing here.
Oh, great razor shield.
What? And another dude.
The last two games for Drumboardist have just been awful in the regular race. Has he seen an orb yet?
He saw the club there from that green swarmer.
This is a fantastic pace from Xexzy. Tournament record not out of the question. Really needs to see those spreaders line up, but it's possible. Rockets now for Drummy, able to get there. Trying to get back to the middle and just hold things down. Let's see what the opening drop is going to be here for Xexzy. It's a very late lobber. Gets the ball buster. Well done by Xexzy. Gets rid of both gunners too. Good, efficient lobber fire there.
Yeah, no, very well done. The ball buster knocking out the two gunners in very rapid succession and already closing in on getting that second arm popped.
Drummy finally gets an orb near the end of the room. Just ridiculous. A 4:55 into the boss room. Restarts his timer so we know where he's at. He's going to need a heck of...
Yeah, let's see if we can give all those spreaders to Drummy to at least give him a PB if he's not going to continue after this here. The ball buster missed.
A bit of a mistake there from Xexzy. Trying to get the invulnerability. Died instead going for it. So kind of stuck just staring at the open ribcage. Now Drummy gets an invulnerability with no weapon. And a key for Xexzy. Wow. Just some atrocious luck here for both at the moment.
What are you doing, game?
One way to put it. Drumboardist pops his first arm as Xexzy is looking now to pop open the final form here, but not yet. Oh, and he gets taken down trying to step past the shrapnel explosion. Is that another key for Drumboardist?
It is.
He has seen 4 extra lives and 3 keys in this game. That is, honestly, by this game, that is a disgusting act. I just have to throw it out there. So Xexzy, final form. Trying to get to the lobber, gets to it. Second arm popped on Drum's side. And look at that. Hey, a spreader in a good location on the final form. That's never happened before.
That is a disgusting act. It's a shame we had to bring that to you live here. Absolutely disgusting.
And with that, the Xexzy will move on. Drumboardist did nothing wrong here. The game just refused to give him any opportunity. So, the Drumboardist tournament PB streak is over with. He will not PB in this tournament. So now maybe he'll grind the game a little bit. Finally get the spreader chance. Recognize it's too late though. Had to go for the manual. And dies doing so. And gives an invulnerability as the next drop, which would have paired so well if he hadn't died right away.
And another, wow, game.
Oh no! He tried to go down to shoot Mutoid, and his invulnerability ran out directly in the middle of the Prince Leaf Memorial Mine. You hate to see it.
Oh, and then gets run over with the spreader. This is just the game. This is just giving him the business here.
The game's really hosing down that psych out. That's what it's doing. Apparently this is the basketball race, so we're just going to keep going with it. Drum landing lobber shots here. We'll need one more weapon. These rockets, if they land, should be enough to get us through tonight's broadcast. And indeed, so Drumboardist will be out of the tournament. Xexzy, meanwhile, moves on to face somebody.
Mr. Dino 023.
Wow,
6
Xexzy
seed against the 5 seed.
And that is an elimination match. It'll be a
Oh,
best of 7
man.
schedule to come, guys. Either way, solid effort here, but ultimately the favorites got it done. Moving on into the money rounds. Be sure to join us Monday. I believe the broadcast will be starting at 9 p.m.